Hi everybody. In this video, we are taking the day to drive down from Arizona to the town of Puerto Penasco in Sonora, Mexico. We are bringing along my parents and this will be a first time for them driving in Mexico, so we are super excited. We've got to get our immigration paperwork, our car insurance, and then we are off in search of delicious food and exploring the town of Puerto Penasco. Stay tuned. We are Kyle and Nicole, avid travelers from Michigan. In 2021, Kyle quit his job and we have been traveling across North America in our travel trailer while I continue to work full-time from the road. We love to create content showing amazing destinations, things to do, free camping spots, and RV life. We hope you will like, subscribe, and comment on our videos and join us for these fantastic adventures. You never know where we will pop up next. Today is an exciting day for us. We are headed into Mexico. We are currently parked at the gas station in Lukeville, Arizona, and we are going to be walking into Mexico to get our FMMs, the immigration document required for all visitors coming to Mexico. This is our second time walking in. This time I have brought my parents with me and they are super freaked out to be able to do this, which makes it even better for me. It's pretty easy to walk in. There are signs that have pedestrian with arrows on them, and you just follow that on where to go. Now, this time was a little bit different. They actually have a new building. They were building it actually earlier in 2024 when we walked in the first time, and it looks like it's complete now. We go through a turnstile and then we enter the immigration building. I, of course, did not film while in here, but you go through an x-ray machine. If you have any bags with you, you put those through a different x-ray. Customs officers then direct you to the next building, which is where you actually get your paperwork. Once we got our FMMs, we pretty much just walked back across to the United States. If you are going to be visiting Mexico for 7 days or less, the FMM is free. Otherwise, there is a fee if you are staying for longer. They speak Spanish in here. If you don't speak Spanish, no worries. We do not speak Spanish and we manage just fine. It isn't necessary to walk across to get the FMMs. You can drive, find a place to park, but we wanted to give my parents the added experience of saying they walked across to Mexico. And tomorrow we're going to drive down and head to Puerto Penasco. If you are driving in Mexico, they require a Mexican insurance policy to be legal in the country. Even if your insurance carrier covers you in Mexico, the country requires you to have the Mexican policy. We like to use the company Baja Bound. They come highly recommended for insurance, and it's super easy to get a policy online. You just go and you can put in your vehicle information or your VIN number, the date you're going, and they will spit you out a few different policy options. It only takes a few minutes to have your policy. You just have to print it out and make sure you have it with you. If you didn't want to get your insurance online, you can also stop at the Why Not Travel store or the gas station in Lukeville to get the car insurance. Once you have your FMM and your car insurance, you're ready to go. Today is the day where we are going to cross the border and drive all the way down from Lukeville, Arizona to Puerto Penasco in Mexico. I am super pumped. Going through this border crossing can be intimidating, but don't worry, it's super easy. Even if you don't speak Spanish, they will help you through. And lots of vehicles visit this border crossing every day. Something to note, this border crossing does have hours of operation, so you want to make sure that you are back by the time they close so you don't get stuck on the other side. Today we got to follow a Class C toting a side-by-side, which was pretty cool, and we knew exactly where they were heading because Puerto Penasco is really big for people with side-by-sides and other off-roading type vehicles because there are tons of dunes out there that you can explore, and they actually have races down there. If you don't have your own, there are tons of places where you can rent them from. Once you go through the border crossing, entering the town of Sonoita can be a little bit eye opening. There are a lot of people immediately that are begging or looking for money. Some of them might approach your vehicle really quickly and try to clean your windshield. As you drive through the town of Sonoita, you will see lots of people selling things on the side of the road. You can get fruits, vegetables, burritos, tacos, tamales, tons of different things. After the town, you get more into the desert. There's a lot of vegetation, lots of brushes, cactus, sand dunes, and beautiful mountains out in the distance. The scenery in this area is really beautiful, and one of my favorite things to do is just admire it on our way down to Puerto Penasco. After about an hour and 15 minutes, you will reach the town, and you will know it because you will start seeing more civilization. The first thing that we are doing today is getting something to eat. We are starving, and we found this super cool retro bus. They have designed this so awesome, so cute inside. We ordered some chicken burritos. They were beyond delicious, so incredible. We were so glad to have stumbled upon this super awesome place. If you find this bus, you have to stop. Our second stop today is a total gringo thing. We are going to the Sam's Club. My parents have a Sam's Club membership, and we're going to go check out the Mexican Sam's Club and see what they have. Lucky for me, there is a favorite chocolate that I can never find, and they had it here. It was my lucky day. We weren't necessarily comparing prices or products. The products you'll find there are similar, not necessarily the same, but they do offer a ton of different things, and there were a decent amount of people in there shopping. Our next stop was to a tortillaria. We were just driving around and found one. We've been to a couple of these. They are usually little, literally hole in the walls, and you look through a window and you can see them making tortillas in the back. We got ourselves some super delicious tortillas. Highly recommend getting some. Our next destination was down near the resorts. Driving past the resorts are always super impressive. There's also condos here, and it's a really different feeling out in this area. The road here is called Boulevard Paseo de la Duna. You have beautiful sand dunes on one side, and then the resorts and apartments and the Sea of Cortez on the other. We like to go to the campground that we stay at called the Reef RV Park. There's a restaurant called Wrecked at the Reef that's right on the beach in a beautiful setting. We picked a table, ordered some drinks, and enjoyed the warmer weather. Unfortunately, it was pretty cloudy when we went, so we didn't get beautiful sunshine. Nevertheless, still very beautiful. Afterwards, we walked a little bit along the beautiful beach and then continued our journey exploring the town. Our next stop was down to the Malacon. Although we've been to Puerto Penasco several times, we've actually never visited this area. This is a major tourist area. There are tons of different things that you can buy. A lot of these little shops have the same things, but it's a very popular place to go. Lots of restaurants down here, and a good place to buy some souvenirs or get yourself a nice walking beverage. There is another beautiful spot where you can overlook the water and see tons of pelicans perched on the rocks. It was super beautiful to see. This is also a good place to get any fresh fish that you want or ginormous shrimp. We spent a decent amount of time just wandering around here and looking at all the things that they have to offer. For our last stop in Puerto Penasco, we stopped and got one last taco and then headed back to the border before dark. We had a super fun-filled day. I love that I got to take my parents down to Puerto Penasco. It's a really cool town to explore. If you are an RVer like us and interested in taking your camper down to Puerto Penasco, I have a video on that where we've taken our trailer and tons of other videos about Mexico. I will include those in the description below. Thanks for watching.